Live.
We are live.
Hell
What's up, everybody? We got some people in the chat. Hello, friendly neighborhood nerds. This is Judah Rad. I'm here with Robo Strange. We got a super special guest here, Omar Morales, and this is gonna be a fun episode. We got a lot of stuff to go over today, so bear with us. I'm watching on my phone, so let me turn that off. Yeah. So anyway, the way we're gonna do this, we have some stuff to give away. You might have heard we're going to be doing a little bit of a giveaway. Let me show that off really quick. I'm going to embiggen myself real quick. Okay, so check this out. Dinesh Shamdasani, the CEO, Chief Creative Officer, and co-founder of Bad Idea Comics, hooked us up with some giveaway items. And there's 3 of them, and there's going to be 3 giveaways. And we're going to give one of these things to 3 different people, or it's completely random. So maybe someone will win twice. Maybe someone will win 3 times. Maybe you'll get so lucky that you'll win all 3 of these. And what we have is Tankers number 2, Eniac number 2, and Eniac number 1. And if you'll notice, these are first prints. So if you look at the title here, you'll see that it's white because these are first printings. So just kind of over the course of this live stream, there's going to be 3 giveaways. They're going to be spaced out. If you haven't already, make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. And I'm going to in myself really quick. Make sure you subscribe, because in order to be eligible to win, you have to subscribe and you have to be in the chat. But before we get into that, happy Pride Month. It is June 2nd, right? It's June 2nd. Yeah. It's June 2nd, and it is the 2nd day of Pride. So, happy Pride.
Oh, yeah.
Real quick, before we're going to talk about Moon Girl and Lunar Ladies with Omar Morales. But before we get into that, Omar, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself really quick?
Yeah, man. Well,
not to put you on the spot.
Well, that's why I'm here, right? To be on the spot.
Right.
Judah, Robo, thanks for having me on the show. I also love comics, so I feel right at home. I'm a comic book writer, and I do independent comics, right? I put out, probably a graphic novel every 5 years, just because I have a full-time family, full-time job, and comics is like a side hustle. But I also do anthology work kind of in between, just to keep myself busy to, do fresh stories. And so really that's me in a nutshell, man. All I aspire to do is write comics, right? I'm not trying to be a Hollywood type. I'm not trying to be an actor, a director, a screenwriter, a comedian, an influencer, a YouTube celebrity. I don't have a blog. I don't have a podcast. I just put all my energy into writing and making the comics, because honestly, when you write comics for yourself, you are a business person, you are a marketer, you are an advertiser, you are a carnival barker, you're all the above, right? From soup to nuts, you are busy working on your book, project managing, and doing all the business side, and then doing fun stuff like this, talking to you guys. So that's it for me, man. Write comics, period, the end.
That's dope. Do you have like a website or anything like for you and your work?
Yep, theforcemedia.com. So I encourage all of you guys under the Force script to go log on to theforcemedia.com. That's got all my social media links, right? Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn, you name it, it's there. So go
theforcemedia.com.
Theforcemedia.com, yeah. It's a pretty basic website, nothing too fancy, but that's where you can find all the links to all my social media. So thanks for getting that one out of the way there, Robo.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. So, since you have the floor right now, can you tell us what have you been nerding out on lately?
All right, so I've been reading this book that I picked up off of Amazon called The Forever War. It's like a very kind of little known book. Who's the publisher? I think it's Titan Comics, right? I think this came out as a prose book in the 80s, and then they adapted it into a comic in the 90s, and it's so different, man. It's so different than what's out there in the market today. And basically the premise is this astronaut goes off to war, and he has to space jump and hyper jump so many times that like humanity has gone through like hundreds of thousands of years of evolution, and he's still like this regular human guy from like, the 20th century. and he meets and encounters all these future humans, and it's a trip, man. I love stuff like that. So that's kind of what I've been nerding out on lately, and also Firepower from Robert Kirkman and Sam Neill, which is just an awesome book. But I'll be honest, guys. Working on comics, full-time job, full-time family doesn't leave me a ton of time to read, but I do slow read, right? Like I'll pick up a graphic novel and I might finish it like in a year, but I eventually do finish.
Oh, that's right good. On. Your family, that's good.
Yeah.
Everything Robert Kirkman does is great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or Bobby Kirkman, as I like to call him.
Oh, Bobby. Right on. What about you, Robo?
Well, so this is funny. Talking about taking a year. So I picked up volume 1 of We Only Find Them When They're Dead. And I'm like sitting here and I'll read a couple pages, put it down, go do what I need to do, right? And he's like, Judah's like, I haven't read this yet. And I'm like, you need to, Glynis is in the chat. You need to go read it. Everyone's like, you need to go read it. Judah orders it. It arrives, and he's already done reading it before I'm even halfway down.
I couldn't put it down.
I'll get to it.
I couldn't put it down. I did Miracle Man. I couldn't put it down. I got it. I was immediately enchanted by the bright neon colors, and I just cracked it open and was just like, "Oh fuck, I can't put this down." And then I got to the end, and I was like, I'm gonna start getting the floppies now. I'm caught up. I'm gonna start getting the floppies because it's pretty good.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
I also picked up. I'm just trying to collect them all so that like in like 10 to 12 years, I will have read them all. And then right when I'm done reading, I'll pass them on to my great grandchildren. It'll be great. But that's pretty much all I'm reading. Oh, still picking up Heroes Reborn. Haven't made it to the comic store today to pick up my new batch. No spoilers, but still digging that. And then hopefully starting Hulk by Donny Cates soon. But I don't know if that's on the news list or not, but we'll talk about that later.
My work held me late. I had to race home just to make the stream. So I didn't stop at the LCS today, but things that I'm into right now: Heroes Reborn, Star Wars, work's stupid. Why do we even do that? War of the Bounty Hunters, Heroes Reborn. I got Last Ronin last week, and it was pretty great. I'm still loving that story. Super into this ongoing Marvel Aliens series. I think it's underrated. I'm not hearing a lot of buzz about it, but I really dig it.
So confirm that's happening in the Marvel universe. I was reading somebody was saying
published by Marvel. It's happening in the Aliens universe. Type thing they have.
So those covers weren't alluding to anything because I remember there was some rumors that like our aliens going to come to the Marvel thing. All right.
No, they're just being silly.
Xenomorphs.
Yeah.
And then I read We Only Find Them When They're Dead, the volume 1, and man, Robo ain't kidding. It's fantastic. I love it.
Super awesome.
And then I've been reading a lot of shit lately. I started reading Kabuki by David Mack because somehow I never read that, even though it's like one of the most beloved comics. And there's a reason. It's really great. And then I'm still plugging away. I've almost read every single Valiant title ever. I'm almost there. I'm like 3/4 of the way there. And speaking of Valiant, we'll talk about Club Valiant later, but it's this Sunday, so make sure you pick up Exo Manowar Volume 2, Enter Ninjak by Robert Venditti, and give that a read because we're going to be talking about it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Definitely.
Anyway, Omar, tell me about... Oh, what's up, Ree? Hey.
Reezy!
Omar, tell me about Moon Girl.
Put it on the screen.
And... Yep, right there.
Yeah, man. So a few years ago, I had kickstarted this book.
I'm going to enlarge you real quick.
It's based on the public domain character Moon Girl that was first published by EC Comics like in the late 40s. So a classic golden age type hero. And what I wanted to do is do a throwback book like, like the concept of found footage, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted people to feel like they picked up a book from like 100 years ago. So the colorist did like staining and fading and yellowing of the pages such that it looks, like you found it in the back of some dusty 10-cent bin somewhere. And The genesis for that was a couple friends of mine, Matt and Einar, started this anthology that was nothing but retro heroes from the Golden Age. And they said, why don't we revive all these public domain heroes that are no longer around and that have been lost to time? Let's dust them off, give them a fresh coat of paint, and revive them for a modern audience. So that was an anthology that had, 20 plus stories in it featuring these old retro heroes. And so I got in with my pitch about Moon Girl. I did like a 10 to 12 page short story, and it was well received. And I decided, well, let's blow this up into a full on graphic novel. So I did that and made it into like an 80-page story. And then I added like an 8-page bonus story that has like a prequel kind of origin story about one of the characters. And I published it myself under the title of Moon Girl, and had a lot of fun, man. It's ray guns and laser rays, right? Pew pew, and just very Buck Rogers-y. You know, it's got some feels for like the Rocketeer, you know, kind of old-fashioned 1940s style storytelling. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and now it's been picked up by Scout Comics under a different title, Lunar Ladies. I'll stop there.
So it was first published in 1947, but how does stuff become public domain? I don't understand. Like, nobody wanted to retain the rights to it when it was first published?
Yeah, so back in the Golden Age, there was this like gold rush of characters where all these comics publishers were just putting out characters, right? Putting them out. But slowly but surely, a lot of them started folding, right? These publishers started folding. They were like fly-by-night operations, you know, in the back of like a laundromat somewhere. and not a lot of them survived, right? So DC survived, obviously. Marvel survived, obviously. But a lot of these comics publishers didn't. And so in the process, the rights weren't renewed, and you had dozens and dozens and dozens of characters from the Golden Age that just were never renewed and were lost to time. So Moon Girl has been redone many times. Red 5 Comics did a version of Moon Girl. It was more of like a super spy, female James Bond type character in modern times. And then Marvel most recently has done their version of Moon Girl with Devil Dinosaur, where it's a young girl who's like, she's got glasses and she's super smart. And my version is also where she's a young girl. I wanted to tell the story of how she becomes Moon Girl and how she inherits this powerful moonstone necklace, which has magical powers and can make the wearer invincible. And I was like, all right, I want to tell the story of how she inherits that and why, and what were the circumstances of her taking this from the queen, her mother. So, Charlie Stickney, the publisher of Scout Comics, at the time was not the publisher of Scout Comics, and he was kickstarting a book, White Ash, at the same time that I was doing Moon Girl. And so we cross-promoted each other, and then he became publisher of Scout. And then last year I pitched Moon Girl. I said, hey, would you guys like to republish this? And they were like, yeah, sure. Charlie remembered the story, and they just said only one request. Let's rename it so that there's no confusion between the Marvel book that's out now and our book. And I said, okay. So I came up with the title Lunar Ladies, because the book really is all about women, these women from 1 million years ago that lived underneath the surface of the moon in the super high-tech utopian society of Amazonian warrior women. And so I thought, okay, Lunar Ladies is a perfect title. And it sounds kind of Golden Agey too. So that's kind of the backstory of how I started working on the character and where it's at now with Scout. So the book drops in stores in July. So it was soliciting this month in previews under the code May 211676. I think the way it works is if there's enough demand on that code, even though the solicitation is closed, they can still do like a second order on it, right, from Diamond. So if you're interested, May 211676, and take that into your local shop and ask them to order it up.
If you grab this book and open it up, you're going to notice that it looks like it was made in 1947. Joel, am I pronouncing this right? Joel Kotahar?
Kotahar, yeah, he's a Filipino artist.
Yeah, it's really kind of adopts that style seamlessly. Like I've seen stuff before where it's like there's an attempt made to kind of like seem retro, and this really does just feel like the authentic thing from that time. Like the way you described it as like found footage, it does feel like a found comic.
Yeah,
really cool.
Yeah, exactly what I was going for. A found comic, right? Something that you found in your grandma's attic somewhere and had to dust it off. So Joel did a nice job. Paula Goulart, the colorist from Brazil, does a phenomenal job. I mean, she's not using a
Phenomenal.
filter. She's not using a filter, man. She is hand staining every page, every little imperfection, yellowing, browning, crustiness.
Ben tape.
Yeah, right. She's putting that all in by hand, and she does phenomenal, detailed work. And then James Reed, the letterer, does a great job with like the retro thought bubbles, right? And like, you know, because nowadays comics don't use thought bubbles; they just use like captions and stuff for the inner dialogue. But you know, he went with thought bubbles to give it that retro feel, and so the whole thing really just comes together. You know, all four of us contributing to this old-fashioned book. The one thing I wanted to do differently, though, from the Golden Age is if you open up a Golden Age page, it's like 9 or 12 panels on a page, and it's dense with dialogue and captions and balloons. And I wanted to do more modern pacing, right? I wanted a splash page here and there, a double spread, 3 or 4 panels per page, so that you could read through it quickly. My intent really was for this to be for ages 10 and up, really for my kids is who I was writing for with this book. And I wanted to be digestible visually, where you're not slogging through a ton of reading, and it's you know, it's a quick read, fun, light, and different really from a lot of books that are out in the marketplace today, which are pretty adult. You know, everything these days is PG-13 at minimum, if not rated R, and kind of grim. Like a lot of the covers in comic books today are great. They're phenomenal covers, and I love them, right? But they are quite moody and grim. You know, the tone is just very like edgy, right? And I wanted to do something a little different, a little light and fun, and so I think I achieved that. So thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
For sure.
What are your biggest comic book influences? Like going back to like when your brain first became cognizant of the concept of comic books, what was that? Describe to me that time period and what you were consuming.
Yeah. I've told this story like 1,000 times, but I didn't speak English as a kid. I only spoke Spanish, right? In my house growing up, it was all Spanish. And when I got to kindergarten, when Catholic school, the nuns told my parents, like, hey, you got to speak English to him from now on, just only English. Otherwise he's not going to get ahead. And so so part of the part of learning English was comics for me. Right. And watching like reruns of the Spider-Man 1966, cartoon series, after school. And I got hooked on comics because of Spider-Man. So I'm a dyed in the wool Marvel guy. I love Marvel. I do love Batman though, because Batman to me reads like a Marvel character because he's complex and he has problems and he's kind of a normal guy, right? He's just kind of buff and rich, but so that's
just like
how
all of us.
right. Yeah, no big deal. You got a bat suit in the closet. So yeah, man, that's how I got into comics is learning English and learning it through the lens of superheroes. So,
nice.
When Stan Lee writes a book that he knows kids are going to read, he doesn't hold back, right? He didn't have the Marvel writers and artists hold back. He did the books the way he wanted to. So as a kid, you would come across a word like translucent. It's like, what the heck does that mean, right? How do you even pronounce this word? It forces you to go to the dictionary and learn a new word because Stan and the crew, Stan and the crew there weren't holding back, right? They weren't dumbing it down, they weren't trying to write all ages books. They were just like, hey, everyone's going to read this. And it forced me to use the dictionary and learn new, exciting words that they would use in the Marvel bullpen. So that's kind of my backstory about how I got into comics. And then, like in high school, I made the huge mistake of, chasing after girls, and I wanted to go to the prom. And so I sold all my comics so that I could have like $100 so I could afford to go to the prom. For some reason, I didn't just ask my parents for the $100, which was stupid in retrospect. I should have just asked my parents, could I have $100 to go to the prom? Instead, I went to some, comic shop and turned in like 3 boxes of stuff and got my $100 so I could go to the prom. But after college, early 20s, I started recollecting some of the stuff that I had lost through the magic of eBay. And like the Wolverine miniseries, right, by Frank Miller with Wolvie on the front with the claws, like, come here, I was like, I gotta have that back. I gotta have that back. Yeah. And then I started getting into shops again every Wednesday. And so like in the early 2000s, I started collecting again. And now my physical collection, I've stopped, kind of pretty much physical collecting, and I'm just reading digitally now. So Comixology Unlimited fantastic, $5.99 a month. Like I can read the Invincible first 5 or 6 volumes of that with my subscription, right? $6 a month. What a deal, man. And there's a lot of stuff on there that there's a lot of stuff on there that you can read with your subscription. And I have found that, it's a space saver, it's a money saver, and it's meeting my needs. So I have no complaints.
There you go. So you came, you say you've been writing comic books for a while, and you came here by way of Scout. How did you get hooked up with Scout, and do you have like any other places that you want to work with? How's Scout working for you?
Sure. Scout's great because they don't mind at all if you kickstart your book first. Establish yourself, your name, your title, get it out there to an international audience, really, because Kickstarter these days is a very much an international audience of buyers and collectors, and they're okay, republishing after you've done your Kickstarter run. So that's what I really enjoy about them. They're really like how they say, like a player's coach in sports. They're like a writer's coach, if you will, or a creator's coach, right? They're very creator friendly. They want you to be able to focus on creation of the books, and they'll focus on the business stuff, right? The distribution, the printing, the soliciting, some of the promotion. So yeah, they're great. I highly recommend Scout to independent creators out there that are looking to get their books into print and distributed through Diamond, as well as other places. Scout's really doing a great job of expanding their footprint with different distribution channels. They're even doing like multimedia deals, right, to transport the properties into other media, right, TV, cartoons, movies, whatnot. So they're great. I mean, Scout's very ambitious. Much like a lot of the comics companies these days, they're all trying to be multimedia companies and adapting their stuff into other media. But just like any other independent creator out there, sure, I'd love to publish with one of the top 5, Image, Dark Horse, and even some of the newer ones that are popping up in the last few years, AWA, Black Mask, Humanoids. Those are all great publishers.
We're living in a golden age.
Choices.
I've been saying that for a while. I think this is gonna be, we're gonna be old, and like this is gonna be the golden age of comics, and I really believe that.
But like I've been saying it for like a really long while.
Yeah, but like about only a couple years longer than that, though. I've been saying. So.
I was born saying it.
It really is, man, 'cause the barrier to entry right now is low, right? Like 100 years ago, a guy like me couldn't make a comic, but nowadays, right, you can, because of social media and the internet, and like it's mind blowing to me how many different people I work with from around the world, right? Like I work with artists and colorists and people from all over the world, and it's mind blowing. And a quick side funny story. One of the artists that I solicited for issue number 2, for the cover of issue number 2 of Lunar Ladies, it's like a golden book style, like the Disney golden books, with the little gold spine that has the little symbols on it.
Oh yeah.
I did that style for the cover of issue number 2. And I found this super talented artist who does really great Disney style work on Instagram. Her name is Molly Satterthwaite. And I solicited her, and she agreed to do the art for me. And it turns out she lives like 3 blocks from me. I was like, here I am working with all these creators from all around the world. I had no idea she lives
down the
3
street.
blocks from me. Yeah, it's like, what a small world.
That's pretty
so
cool.
Yeah.
Man, that was a quick time machine. Thinking about those books with the golden spines, I was like, whoa. I had like a whole shit ton when I was a little kid. So you said you do graphic novels about once every 5 years, but this is your side hustle. Last question. Do you have anything on the stove now? Like, so you have this, anything you're allowed to talk about?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've been pumping it up on social media to anybody that'll listen. I'm working on a book right now called Major Tomas. It's about a Latino immigrant boy who starts as a farm worker here in the United States, and he aspires to be an astronaut. Against all the odds, he becomes an astronaut, and then he gets lost in space.
That sounds awesome.
And he realizes once he's in space, like, oh, I've achieved this thing that I wanted my whole life, but really, I left behind the girl that got away, right? Like the woman that I love, because I was chasing the stream of space. Now I'm lost in space, and I'm never going to get to see her again. So that's his motivation to find his way back to Earth somehow. to get back to the woman that he loves. So
does he get back? I guess I have to find out.
I can't tell you. I can't tell you.
How does it end?
But
you're gonna have to get this comic.
No, I love the ending. It's a very Omar Morales type of ending, I would say. If you read my stuff, I think you'll know what I mean. But I'll just leave it that as the bare bones of the story, because I do want people to go out and pick it up.
For sure.
So listen, guys, artwork kicks off on Monday. So just 5 or 6 days from today. Phenomenal artist from Costa Rica. Actually, two artists from Costa Rica. So Serge Acuna is doing the pencils and inks, and Raul Angulo is doing the colors. These guys have done work for Boom and IDW and Vault. I mean, they're up and coming guys that you're going to want to earmark their names. And then on letters, we're going to have Taylor Esposito do the letters. And so this was very purposeful of me hiring Latinx artists. Because the main characters are Latinx, and we wanted to represent ourselves authentically with the story. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't be more thrilled with the guys that I'm working with, as well as some of the ladies I'm working with too, that have done some of the cover art. Renee DeLiz, who did Legend of Wonder Woman from DC Comics, she has the main cover. I've got a couple other variant covers, and so that's what I'm working with, man. I'm pouring my whole heart and soul into this book. I was talking to a consultant, a big time editor most recently, and he said, look, man, I'll guide you through this process and help you shape up your book, but you got to promise me this is like the one thing that you love and the only story that you're interested in telling right now. Meaning, if you never do another story, this is the one you got to do. Ooh. And I said, yeah, you're right, man. You're right. And so I poured my whole heart and soul into it. I'm not really working on too many other things right now. I've got a couple other things in the pipeline, like anthology work, just little short stories. Mm-hmm. But this is going to consume me for the next couple years, right? Doing the production and project managing, and then pitching it, right? And if it doesn't land anywhere, then I'll kickstart it myself. So yeah, man. Thanks for asking. That's where my heart and soul is right now, is with Major Tomas.
Definitely keep us in mind for we'd like to have you back when that starts getting closer, because definitely just from what you told me here, I'm super stoked to read that. That sounds really dope.
That's awesome.
Yeah, cool. It's sci-fi adventure coming of age, told through the lens of someone who grew up like me in a Mexican Spanish speaking household, and not that it's like over the top, hitting you over the head with mm-hmm. A minority perspective, but there's enough there, I think, that's satisfying for both the Latino reader as well as a general audience. I think it balances things well, where it can be an attractive read for anybody. It's got aliens, it's got robots, it's got action, adventure, so there's something there for everybody.
Sold. Yeah, that sounds awesome. So we're gonna move on here. Was there something exciting that was gonna happen today, Robo?
Yeah, you said that you were gonna give out the rights to your firstborn. Oh, the comic book. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, here you go. This is it. This is the first giveaway. We're about to do the first giveaway. Real quick, before we do this, just want to make sure that everyone in the chat is eligible. There's a a code, Robo?
Yep. So it's right now it's loading all the users into it. So what I need everybody to do is in chat. It's gonna be one word, no spaces, capitalization doesn't matter. Put in the word "bad idea" right now. Bad idea, one word, no spaces. And then our little bot is gonna do some collecting.
This is like the Pee-wee's Playhouse word of the day, man.
That's it. That's it.
So put the word "bad idea" in the chat. We'll give you some time to do that. Want to make sure everyone is entered in, because we're excited to give this away.
100%.
If you aren't reading this, it's pretty gruesome, but in a really fun way. It's like a bunch of people in mech suits obliterating dinosaurs, and just brutally slaughtering dinosaurs. It's kind of sad. It's a little bit sad, but it's also fun. But yeah, this is a good series, and these are not easy to get. They did not. Bad Idea does not make these easy to come by. if you didn't pre-order it, or if you missed it, you missed it. It's one per customer, and especially the first prints like this one, you can see this is a first print. These are a very limited release, so this is kind of your chance to catch up on a thing that might not be so easy to find back issues of. So give people some more time. Looks like we have some people that have put in the keyword. Yeah, it looks like a bunch of people.
Yeah. All right, cool. So here's what's gonna happen.
Make sure you're subscribed.
Let's see here. Let me follow this thing.
Oh, one more thing. Sorry.
No, go for it.
If you win, because we're gonna have a winner in seconds. We're gonna have a winner. If you win, just hit us up on Outlook. I'll give our email. Yeah, send us an email just like with your screen name here, with your address and everything, so we can send it to you ASAP. I don't know. Is that the best way to do this, Robo? You think?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
So I'll go ahead and put our email in the chat really quick. Actually, you can find it.
Just hit us up. DM us on Discord. Whatever. We'll get you. We'll get you stuff.
Yeah, hit us up anyway.
Is Danny in the thing? I don't know. Is Danny should Danny be eligible still? He's a lucky guy. Nah, he's eligible. I'll just play him.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, we'll look it up. What I was trying to do is find the whole list of subscribers. There's a way that they kind of make it weird, but I will double check. Don't make us re-roll. All right. Boom. We're gonna roll it. Winner of Tankers #1 first edition is
Nick Koshi.
Fucking Nightbot. God damn it. Fucking stealing my thunder.
Oh, your thunder.
Fucking Nightbot. Nick Koshi. Woo woo.
Nick Koshi has won a copy of Tankers #1.
You gotta be present. So are they still in? Oh yeah, he just clicked it right there. Yeah, he should be in there.
So
hey, Nathan.
So send us a DM with your address, and we will get this book to you ASAP. Boom. So that's our first winner of the night. This is exciting. I love this. I wish we did these all the time.
We're gonna do some next week. We're gonna do some Discordia stuff. If you guys aren't checking that out, just like this stuff from Discordia. I got like 10 of each cover, and I don't know why I bought that. So I only need one. But I'm like, oh well, here's some giveaway stuff.
So we're gonna do 2 more giveaways. But first we're gonna get into some news. So without further ado, so check this out. I think this is great news. Chris Hemsworth and Taika Waititi. Do I pronounce his name right?
Yeah, Taika Waititi. Yeah,
Taika Waititi. They wrapped filming of Thor 4. So, that's exciting. And one of the things that I found striking about this announcement is that Chris Hemsworth is looking really yoked. Like,
but he always does.
He always does, but man, that guy.
Yeah, I'll put it up.
Yeah, that guy does not leave the gym. He's insane. But
so
man,
Fat Thor is gone, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. Which I wouldn't have minded if they'd kept Thor a little on the hefty side. It would have been a little more relatable to me, perhaps. But
yeah, that's goals right there.
But yeah, that's goals. So the quote from Waititi, and that's him, by the way, the director. He's donning the Korg motion capture suit. Oh, I did that weird thing where I ran out of air.
I love Korg and I love Meek. Those are my favorite characters.
Great characters. So his quote is, "That's a wrap on Thor: Love and Thunder. It's also National Don't Flex Day." So I thought this super relaxed photo was appropriate. And then Chris Hemsworth wrote, "The film, I don't know if I can do a Chris Hemsworth voice. The film is going to be batshit crazy, off the wall funny, and might also pull a hot string or two. Lots of love, lots of thunder. Thank you all. Thank you to all the cast and crew who made this another incredible Marvel journey. Buckle in, get ready, and see it in cinema." So yeah, there you go. I'm freaking stoked for this movie, man. Jane Foster Thor.
Yeah, Natalie Portman is gonna pick up.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be something else. I can't wait. I really hope it has the same I want the same vibe as Ragnarok. So I just want to keep on with that.
Totally.
Mm-hmm. And Gore the God Butcher is going to be the villain, played by Christian Bale. He's going to be like, he's going to be like, where are the drugs going?
Where are the other guys at?
Do I look like a cop? Swear to me. What's up, John Sims? What's up, Don?
Ooh, man.
Hey, thank you, Don. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that was pretty good. But here's the deal. So Gore 3. So no inside jokes. Where's it at? I clicked it. All right, boom. Yeah. So here's the thing that I'm a little bit nervous about. just a tiny bit nervous. Too low a stroke. Yeah. Jesus. Gore the God Butcher is a big deal. It's a really, really big deal. I really hope they don't freaking. What's the Dark Elf's name? I forget. I'm brain farting.
Oh, right Malekith. They're not going to do.
I hope they don't Malekith this guy. And it's like, don't just be like, yeah, I'm really kind of sort of powerful, but I'm not a big bad, so you're gonna kill me right away. And I'm like, it needs to be a big deal because Gore the God Butcher.
Yeah. If they Malekith this guy, I'm gonna Malek-kick Disney's ass. Is what I'm gonna
do. Good one, man.
Hey, thank you, Omar. You know what? Come back anytime.
Yeah. I'm welcome.
So this is a little spicy. I didn't put the spicy part in the show notes, but we'll talk through it. So Heavy Metal Entertainment, anyone who watches this show or knows me in real life knows that one of the many things that I find myself obsessing over and fanboying out over is Heavy Metal Magazine. I've loved it my whole life, and I still love it. And I think I actually love it the most I've ever loved it right now, especially with Tim Seeley as the editor-in-chief. It's just so good right now. But anyway, Heavy Metal Entertainment and Global Comics is going to unite to bring Heavy Metal's monthly magazine and full slate of comics to digital readers. So this is a new app that you're going to have to pay for. So many of you probably won't do that. But anyway, with Global Comics Gold subscription, readers will be able to access the full Heavy Metal catalog digitally for $7.99 a month, along with Global Comics' entire digital library of comics, graphic novels, and manga. I know that you don't need another thing to pay for, but this is a good investment.
Global Comics is making moves. Global Comics is making moves. I've got some of my stuff up with them, and they're partnering with the right people. They're getting aggressive. So kudos to them.
I hope they topple Comixology. Maybe they will. They probably won't.
Yeah, no, probably not.
Amazon's deep pockets, man. But yeah, they're making moves, and I applaud what they're doing over there.
Jeff Bezos chuckle.
Isn't Joe Illidge still at Heavy Metal as well?
Yeah, I believe so.
I could have sworn he's involved in some high up capacity. Great guy.
I think he's like a publisher or something. But
you said it was spicy?
The spicy part. Yeah. The spicy part is that those who shall not be named were very very like usual, very reactionary regarding the way that Tarna looks on the new Tarna cover for Heavy Metal Magazine. And Heavy Metal Magazine didn't even hesitate in just telling them to fuck off. So I don't have the tweets available, but it was good. I
saw Joe's tweets. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were immediately like, well, fuck off.
So
right.
Oh, I see. All right, here we do this right here. I'll do open new tab. Boom, boom, boom. Zoom. All right.
Those who shall not be named. That's awesome.
It's an awesome cover, and I'm reading that title too, and it's a good title. It's a very good title. So
armor. What? So stupid. God damn! Stupid. I hate those people so much.
I hate them. But the last thing I want to say about this is a good investment because Heavy Metal is it's inherently an anthology series. So you can go, if you get this app, then you can sit on the shitter and read like 3 stories, or in my case, 7 stories, and like it's like perfect for the digital format. Heavy Metal is perfect for the digital format because It's just a ton of short stories, and you can it's like
just read until your feet fall asleep. Yep. 100%.
Yeah, until your feet fall asleep, and your wife
walk away.
I'm working
on.
You
walk out of. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm working on a pitch right now for a short story for heavy metal. I'd be thrilled if they took it. It's a hardcore sci-fi style anthology, dystopian future kind of thing, and I think it'll fit right in. So I'm, send some vibes my way that lands with heavy metal, because I can't really see it landing anywhere else, right? I was, what I've been watching lately is the Animatrix, right? It's probably been like 20 years or something since I watched that, and it has such vibes. It has such vibes of Love, Death, and Robots, like what way before show. Its time. I know, right? So go back and revisit the Animatrix, man. It's worth it, because if you love Love, Death, and Robots and heavy metal, go back and revisit that one, man. It's just right up your alley.
I'll have to check that out. It sounds like it's right up my alley.
Do you not take your phone into the deal? It's not.
So I go in there.
That part's like done like right away, but you still don't get up till your feet fall asleep, and you walk out of there like looking like you're Bambi because your feet don't work yet.
So Ace, if you really, it's an inappropriate question, but I'll answer it for you. I go in there, I poop for a little bit, but then I cut it off and let the rest sit so that I can read, I can read longer.
Press it on. Get fucking
out of here. All right. So hey, Todd McFarlane, guys and gals and NBs. So Todd McFarlane is teasing a special issue of. Nice. The special issue Spawn universe is going to kick off the dramatic expansion for the Image superhero with a wave of new titles. So you remember back in the day when Todd McFarlane said there was never going to be a Spawn universe? Well, there's going to be a Spawn universe. And so with Spawn's 30th anniversary looming on the horizon, the flagship Image character is about to see his world grow a whole lot bigger, as the main series is joined by 3 additional titles: Spawn, Gunslinger Spawn, She-Spawn, and also Medieval Spawn. Whoa. That is exciting. I got to be honest. That's pretty damn exciting. They're going to share the spotlight in this June's Spawn Universe #1, which, by the way, Donny Cates is a part of it, and that's kind of exciting because I love his work. But whole roster of superstar comic book creators, including Donny Cates, are going to be joining Todd McFarlane for this collection of stories. This gives way to 3 new titles in addition to the main series by the end of the year: King Spawn this August, Gunslinger Spawn this October, and the team book, The Scorched, by the end of the year. So, I'm still trying to read through the entire Spawn. Spawn is one of those things where I like new Spawn more than any other Spawn, because I feel like it definitely is one of those things that you can almost, if you read all Spawn, you can almost see Todd McFarlane learning how to write and becoming good at it eventually. But I'm definitely pretty stoked for this. Jeff DeLuca is so excited for the Spawn universe. Such good covers and variant covers. There are going to be a lot of variant covers.
Yeah, and I'm gonna suck from you'd be like, wow, you have every variant. How do you like the story? I'm like, I haven't gotten around to reading it yet, but we got all the shiny covers.
Yeah, Tyler Ford has hit the nail on the head. I will never be Spawn collectors are a special type of collector, because that is a lot of collecting.
No, he was talking about. I think Tom McFarlane said that he wasn't going to do variant covers, and then now he's doing a bunch. That's what he said.
Yeah, Tom McFarlane, dirty liar. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. That kind of brings us to sort of an important point in the show, because we are about to do.
Now we're going to give away your first part.
Our second drawing.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
Get it, man. Get it.
So I'm gonna embiggen myself real quick. Hold this bad boy up. Man, this is a gorgeous cover.
Today, embiggen.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
So white letters, first printing. We got this directly from Dinesh Shamdasani over at Bad Idea, and we're giving it away. This series I love. I absolutely love. And it's like Matt Kint, who I already loved. You might remember him from a million Valiant titles like Unity and Ninjak and Exo Man of War and just a whole bunch of other stuff. And also Mind Management, which is a pretty crazy and awesome thing. But this is awesome. And it's illustrated by Doug Braithwaite, who you might remember him from Robo. You know what you remember Doug Braithwaite from? Is Incursion, the Alex Packnadel Valiant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this artist is fire. This writer is fire. And these books really are incredible. I know that this probably won't be your reader copy because it's a first print, but hell, make sure you read this. These are not, as I mentioned before, these are not particularly easy to find back issues of. Yeah. So this is a pretty good win for whoever wins this. So without further ado,
I have everybody up already, but remember the key word is bad idea. One word, no spaces, bad, no space idea. Just in case you've joined the show in the past 5 minutes, go ahead and just punch that in again. Give it about 30 seconds. I have so far Aramis, Ace, Dakota, Danny, Don, Foxspeed, Gerald Williams, Glynis, Jeff, John Sims, Mylene, who's not eligible because that would mean I win it. And then Miracle Man, Reese, Super Charlie Bravo, Top of the Pops, and Tyler Ford. I think everybody's in there. I think
is the bot gonna give it away before you get to announce it?
Well, now I'm not gonna click it until I go. And the winner is. I'm gonna pretend like I know, but I don't because I haven't clicked the button yet. So,
all right, this is about to happen. Someone's about to win.
Oh shit! Look who it is. It's Top of the Pops. Top of
the Pops. Let me make that big.
Nice.
Wow. You just won yourself Eniac number 2. So
first print.
Hey, Top of the Pops. I love saying that, by the way. Top of the Pops. Top of the Pops.
Top of the Pops to you.
Top of the Pops to you. Make sure you hit us up, DM us, or email us on social media with your address so we can get this dope book over to you as soon as possible. Congratulations.
Shit, yeah.
Did I feel like I mentioned this. No, go for it.
Oh, so I was gonna say, can folks DM you on Tinder? You guys got those accounts too, or what?
You got to swipe right first.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you got to swipe right.
No Tinder from you. No, just
kidding. Yeah.
Wife goes through the door. I'm watching you on the thing, idiot.
Right on. Cool. I love. We need to do big giveaway episodes more often because it's really fun. So I think we have at least one person in the chat. Their name is Glynis, and I think they'll be very excited about this. They probably already know it. Marvel announces new Star Wars The High Republic series. So Marvel is announcing Star Wars The High Republic Trail of Shadows, an all-new series from Daniel Jose Older and David Wachter, or Wachter. It's probably Wachter. Follows Jedi Knight Emmerich Kaftor and private detective Cyan Holt as they investigate a mystery that has ties to the Jedi Order. The series will also touch upon events that happened in the Republic Fair, which will be integral to the second wave of High Republic novels, such as Cavan Scott's The Rising Storm. So they really are doing some major High Republic world building. I've read the first few issues of the other High Republic series, the flagship High Republic series, and I thought it was pretty good. But
okay,
yeah, this is it's
there's
kind of
exciting.
Controversy
around it.
Oh yeah, is there? Oh, is it from them?
Yeah, there's.
Oh god.
Well, them and others like them. There's this whole group of people out there just doing everything they can to trash the High Republic and bury it because they see it as the love child of Kathleen Kennedy, who they're trying to force out of Lucasfilm. And there's there's some serious trolling and fractioning of the Star Wars fandom out there. And I consume a lot of this stuff on YouTube, so that's why I'm so dialed into it.
Yeah, no,
Kathleen's not going anywhere. She's not going anywhere because she's made them billions of dollars.
We're not going to spend too much time on it, but I've come to the conclusion that they've never done anything except for maybe move the needle a bit on Rotten Tomatoes or something, and they have no power, and it's a grift. It's a money-making grift. They don't have any power. They haven't done anything. Their comic books suck. They're blacklisted from major publishers. No one wants to work with them, especially the ones that have branded themselves as the comics type, that the gate. And then and so the only thing, how is this still a thing? Because it makes a small group of people a lot of fucking money when that hate draws the subscribers. Anyways, we can press, but that's why I'm like, what are you guys doing? And then I realized they're making money. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. But I am stoked to kind of get into this world a little bit more, because one thing before we move on, I just gotta speculate: are they going to make movies in the High Republic era? You think, or do you think it's going to be?
Got it.
Because
even if it's animation,
the more comics they put in that time frame, the less wiggle room they have for other stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like the narrative fills out, and like where are they going to put it? You know what I mean? So that's something I wonder.
I think what they're doing is, one of the shows they're working on is called The Acolyte, right? It's about a Sith warrior, right? And it's supposedly that show is supposed to butt up against the end the High Republic. So there's going to be a tie-in from the High Republic books and comics into this show, The Acolyte. And then it's supposed to be this bridge to live action, right? So who knows where it goes from there, right? If The Acolyte does well, then maybe we do get more content. And if it tanks, then maybe that's the end of it and they just shelve it.
So there will be a payoff to reading this stuff, because that's great. That's great news. I do like that.
Yeah.
So, did either of you ever read Chris Claremont's Inferno event back in the day? It's a pretty well-known, well-received, large X-Men event. I read it and I thought it was good. It's notable for being where Madeline Pryor is revealed as the Goblin Queen, and it's a lot of fun. But anyway, Jonathan Hickman is doing his own Inferno event, which is not the one that's on the screen. And he's launching it this fall.
Now, so you're just talking about it.
So the biggest, this is a pretty exciting little promo here. The biggest mysteries of Jonathan Hickman's X-Men era will burn away in Inferno. That's from Marvel's press release. So basically, we're going to have the images that I haven't really been able to find, even though I've been looking for it. I think
that's what I was just doing with my mic. Really, this is the only one that's up there.
Yeah, this is the only one. But the supposedly, according to whoever read these press releases, there are images of Charles Xavier, Magneto, Mystique, and Moira McTaggart. And they will all play major roles in the newest installment of X-Men's Reign of X initiative. So I've had a lot of conversations with people who felt like you had House of X, Powers of X, or House of X, Powers of 10, you pedantic fuckers. But anyway, there's a lot of people who read those, and then they read the Dawn of X, and they read 10 of Swords, and they're thinking like, when is this all going to come together? I feel like this really is where it's going to come together. Maybe not, but with language like the biggest mysteries of Jonathan Hickman's X-Men era will burn away in Inferno. Like, that is hype language, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah. So definitely excited for that.
It's going to be awesome.
And I don't know if Paulie's in the chat. But
it's going to be
fire.
It's going to be fire.
Literally.
I tell you what, chat, who here loves the Hickman run? Because I'll tell you what, I've never seen a run by somebody more acclaimed that the audience is split, and not for like stupid political reasons, just comic book lovers, and they're split. Like, I've heard so many bad things about it, and then so many good things. And I read through it, but I am waiting for the volume, so I'll drop, and then I'm going to read it all at once. Well, but how do you guys feel about it? Don Akers say it's lit.
I think the reason people are split over Dawn of X is because I think people are split over the X-Men in general, because it's like there's two competing tones in X-Men books, and it's constantly alternating. Like, you go to Chris Claremont, and a lot of it is like, it's character driven, but it's very like high concept, and there's like there's a very serious edge to it. And then you get into like maybe 2016 era X-Men and stuff like that, and it's still really good, and it's incredibly character driven, not as high sci-fi concept. It's more of a focus on like individual character struggles and stuff. And it's kind of like, I feel like there's a split between
like
X-Men.
Yeah.
Right. There's a split between X-Men fans who like the high concept sci-fi component the most, and then there's X-Men fans who like the character drama struggle and like the kind of like coming of age aspects of like some of these stories. And I feel like Hickman's is definitely leans very heavily towards one side of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think that's what it really boils down to is when, you take X-Men, and I've heard of people who say they don't like Scott Summers, or that's nice, but I've never heard of anybody like an actual comic book lover and say, I don't like the X-Men, right? So you take somebody like the X-Men and you get this split. It's everything that you just said, but I think in one sentence is, do you like Jonathan Hickman's writing or not? Because he does that. He does that long narratives, the code words, you know what I mean? There's a lot of exposition with his book. So you either like that or you don't. Yeah.
I definitely tried at first to follow all of these titles.
Oh, yeah. Got it.
Yeah, it was me. I definitely tried to follow these titles and realized that was just no fucking way is that happening.
Never up. Me and you were in there every week. We gotta get that one, get that one. Okay. And then and then X-Force came out and this one came out. And there was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no way. Yeah. No way. Yeah. You know what I'm doing? I'm collecting those Dawn of X skinny trade paperbacks. So I'm behind, but I'm getting everything. And it's a little less stuff that I have to own or spend money on.
Skinny trades. I don't know why. I need to have the readable binds. And
the
skinny trades are just kind of,
Ever since he started casting.
That's right. That's right.
He's converting me. He's definitely converting me because ever since you started casting like aspersions on the skinny trades and praising the big fat omnibus hardcover
boys,
thick boys. Now whenever the thick boy is an option, I'm like, I would like a thick boy now. Like I'm migrating in that direction, and like you can't see it.
Just looks better on your shelf too.
You can't see it, but I have all of the Ninja Turtle IDW collection hardcovers.
How beautiful is that?
And they're just beautiful. I'm looking at them right now, and I'm cavelling. Like they're
just the way the diamonds line up and stuff. Yeah, that's awesome.
Really, really nice. Yeah. There's
a little one just before we move on. So I guess I'm wrong. I was wrong because I was saying it's you like it when you don't. Like no, I like it when X-Men's a lot, and I can appreciate that. Yep.
Valid.
Shut up.
Definitely valid. So this next news item, we got one more news item, and then we're doing our final drawing. So you definitely this is not the time to leave, by the way. So this next news item, I think, opens up the door for us to kind of like revisit sort of a fun story. But so check this out. Jerry Ordway's Batman 89, you guys are aware of the Batman 89 series. It's basically a comic book series that continues like Tim Burton Batman, which what a crazy and awesome idea. So the new Jerry Ordway variant cover is going to have Billy D. Williams. Remember he was Harvey Dent, but you never got to see him be Two-Face. There's now a comic book where the cover is Billy D. Williams, Harvey Dent as Two-Face.
Sold.
Yes. That's like a child. Yes, that's a dream come true, man. That's awesome.
I didn't realize I was still sharing screen. Good thing we didn't have anything else in the tab. Yeah, so that's good.
So Jerry Ordway's variant cover for Sam Hamm and Joe Quinones's Batman 89. Number one finally turns Billy D. Williams, Harvey Dent into the villainous Two-Face. The cover features Batman swinging from a Gotham. Well, you can see it. I'm not going to read that, but yeah, there he is. That's Billy D. Williams, Harvey Dent, Two-Face. I think that's.
What were you going to say, Omar?
Sorry. You know what Lando Calrissian would say about this? Hello, what have we here?
But I'll tell you what Billy D. Williams would say. Hey, they paid me enough, so I did it. Like what?
So Omar, check this out. We met Billy D. Williams. We went to Hawaii Comic-Con together, and we met Billy D. Williams, which is still one of the coolest,
awesome.
One of the coolest moments of my life, just on paper. Like this is fucking actual Lando.
I got Star Wars #1. He signed it. It's dope.
Yeah, it was dope. He signed Robo's comic, and I asked him a question on the panel. And the whole time, I didn't really care what his answer was. The whole time, I was just thinking, I'm literally talking to Billy D. Williams right now. That is my life right now. At this moment in life, Lando is aware that I exist. And that was like a mind-blowing concept. It's Lando!
Did you guys have a Colt 45 together? Because that would have just cemented the whole experience.
That would have cemented it. That would have. I could have killed. I could just like end my life after that and feel perfectly satisfied and fulfilled.
Take me, Lord. I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. But we did have an interesting encounter with him because he was like, his personality is not what you'd expect someone at a con, a presenter at a con to be. Like he was almost like a cliche of like the guy that was like, oh, these fucking nerds. I can't believe that I do this now where I have to go to these events and talk about these movies that I really don't care about to these people that I would never ever associate with in real life. Like that was very much the Billy D vibe. So that was kind of funny.
I've had a lot of time to think about it since then, and I've been thinking to myself, you said something like somebody doesn't really care about the story. This is a job, it's a career. He made a career out of being Lando and all that. But is he like into the Star Wars universe? Did he read all the books? Is he into the all that stuff? So I imagined myself like, what if I got like a role as like a furry, like, and I was a character in this furry like kind of movie, and I made a lot of money, and everybody knows who I am, and it's like. And then it's like, okay, and everybody, I'm that guy from the furry movie. Okay, cool. And it's like, but it is like 50 years of conventions because that's how I got to pay bills. 50 years of asking, like, hey, so I was just wondering, your character, Robo, the furry, what would he say if? And I'm imagining me. I'm like, in my head, I'm screaming, I don't fucking know. I didn't write it. It's not, I'm like.
Yeah.
Someone was like, "Hey Billy, is Lando ever gonna own the Millennium Falcon again?" And Billy D was like, "Yeah, I don't know. If that's what the writers want, yeah, I guess so." Yeah. Or
oh man. So let me tell this one. So there was a guy, all right, and this is the second time we tell the story. And man, I'm so glad we're not like super famous. I'm sure we could probably get sued or something. But it's like, but he's like, so this guy goes up there. So black man goes up to the mic, and he goes to Billy D. Williams. He's like, "I just want to let you guys know, I remember seeing you on screen as a kid, and back in the 70s, it was hard being a young black nerd. And times were different then. I just want to let you know that I looked up to you, and I really appreciate you kind of like paving that way for black nerds. My question is, did you know like how you were, that you were, that kind of image, blah, blah, blah. I'm obviously paraphrasing. And then, Jesus Christ, Billy D. Williams like, I don't really think about that kind of stuff. You pay me, and I'll do the part.
This guy poured his heart out.
And he stares at, and he did this to everybody, not just this guy. But when he's done talking to you, he'll go, hey, hey, I just do what I need to do. And then he'll just be like, what are you still standing here for? Let's go. Get the fuck off the mic.
I asked him a stupid question.
Yeah.
It was a stupid question. I asked him if he'd ever fallen.
I feel you knew that, though.
I just wanted to get a reaction that wasn't the same as everyone else. But I was like, so Billy, it's an honor to meet you. What was it like when you first fell in love for the first time?
Good.
And he was like, he looks at me, he gives me that you're an idiot stare. He looks at me and he goes, I'm always in love.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, that's right. It's actually a pretty good answer.
A Billy D answer.
That's good.
Yeah.
He was on a Star Wars panel, right, at the celebration, and some fan asked him, or some panelist asked him, hey, what's it like going back into the shoes and the cape of Lando after 40 years? He goes, Lando never left me. I've been Lando this whole time. What are you talking about, chump?
He must save the good answers. He must save the good answers for stuff like that. Because if any of the people at the con we were at had asked that, he'd be like, well, I put on the clothes and they measure them, so they fit me, and that's what we do. Like, he would have just given an underwhelming answer to us, but
Respawn is in rare form. I wish
rare
you were
form.
on. I wish you were on right now. We miss you.
So
he didn't shake my hand either, but anyways.
He would. I'm sorry. real quick, can you tell that one too? So wait, can I tell it? Can I tell it? Okay.
You gotta tell it right though.
Okay, just interrupt me.
Because then we're gonna be those annoying two guys, and everyone's just like, "Can you just fucking finish the story?" No,
So
it didn't go like that. It didn't go like that.
So check it out. We're in line. I'm not getting anything signed. I literally just want to be in close proximity to Billy D. Williams. That's all I care about. So Robo has a Star Wars comic. It's Jason Aaron, Star Wars #1. It's a great comic book, by the way. But anyway,
blank cover too, yeah.
Blank cover. So he's ready to get it signed by Billy D. Williams. And he's in line. We get to Billy D. Williams, and I was just like, "Hey, Billy, so honored to meet you." That's all I have to say. And then Robo kind of says, "Hey, can you sign my comic?" And I feel like Billy D had some assistant that was like, he paid. So he was like, okay. So he takes this comic book, he signs it, he gives it back to Robo. Robo's like, yeah, it was really cool hearing you talk. He said something, gave some pleasantry. And then he held out his hand to shake Billy D's hand. And Billy D recoils like he's carrying the Ebola plague.
You gotta remember the fist. You gotta remember the fist. He recoils. Yeah, he goes like that. See, we're doing it. We're doing the thing. Yeah. So now he comes back. He just kind of like goes back a little bit. Like, oh, hey. I think he's like doing the whole like, I don't shake hands, I fist bump, right? Germs, right? So I'm like, oh shit, my bad. And I hold up my fist. He's like, he looks at me like, you're an idiot. No, hey, no, I'm sorry, Ken. No. And I'm like, oh, and line of people behind me, and I'm the. Sorry. So nope. Oh, nothing.
I'm like, Robo, we go now. But think about this. You had an awkward moment with the guy who played Lando Calrissian.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's how I got Mylene. Like she hadn't married me yet, but I told her that story. She's like, "Okay, I'll marry you." All right.
Okay. We got one more. We got one more comic to give away. This is Eniac #1. It is an outstanding issue, by the way. It's, again, Matt Kint, Doug Braithwaite from Bad Idea. This was sent to us by the man himself, Dinesh Shamdasani, and we're giving it away. This is an awesome book, but it's especially awesome because it is a first print. It's got the white letters, and this is really expensive now. It's like hard to get now. You go on eBay for like a slabbed is like what, like
200. It's about 200 and up. Yep.
200 for a 9.6. I think a 9.8 is much hot, is even higher. I don't know what it is right now.
Not slabbed. It's about $70 to $100. Yep.
At one point, it was going for $1,000.
Yeah, well, that first day because they were not. You cannot get this. They're like, and we're out. Sign up to get second print, and it has black letters, and that's what I got. He hooked me up with my own, but
anyway,
and so he added the black letters and
yeah. So here it is.
I was sad. Yep.
We're giving this away.
So we got some new ones in here.
So real quick, everyone in the chat who wants this, definitely do the Bad Idea keyword. I don't know if it works with the exclamation point, Don.
Where is it? Don Acre? Yep, he's in there.
Okay,
so
cool.
Just a real quick run out because I don't want anybody to be left out. Just quick. Aramis, Ace, Dakota, Dan, Don, Eva, Foxby, Gerald, Glynis, Jeff, John, Mylene. Stop it. No. I can't win my own thing. All right. Miracle Man, Respawn, Super Charlie Bravo, and Tyler Ford, Nick Koshi, and Top of the Pops. You are not eligible. You already got your stuff. Here's some new stuff in here. And bless you. We are going to do it. I think everybody is good to go. We're going to roll it.
Ooh, I'm excited.
There we go. You guys will see in a second. 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
nice. Glynis White has won, and that's legit. The Nightbot spit it out, so it's legit. Glynis White was actually really happy to see that. Hard worker. It's not even work. We do it for a hobby, but they're all over the Facebook chats, kicking out losers, keeping stuff clean, and keeping stuff fun. I think it's Glynis and like 2 other people that keep our book lovers group alive.
I need to know what that means, by the way. So let's circle back to that.
Should talk with Matchbox 20 music, and I don't know.
Just circle back to that. I need to know what that means. But yeah, congrats, Glynis.
Yeah. Yeah. But I haven't heard them. Oh no, they're there. Okay. That's awesome. Wow. That's pretty cool.
Pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty sweet.
I think we can. No. Everybody will be eligible. I like Nightbot. Nightbot when they'll take the winner and then it'll just show their messages, and the only thing it's showing from Glenn is what multiple A's. All right, good job. Nice. That's dope.
Sweet. So
you said circle around. You want to know what means?
Yeah, I'd like to know why I should speak with Matchbox 20 in the background. Just whenever you have a chance to put that in the chat, because I'm curious about that.
Okay, Don, explain yourself. This is important stuff. Inquiring minds want to know.
So while we still have you, I know everyone wants to leave now because the giveaway is over, but real quick, just give us another moment before you all vanish. Omar Morales, get his work. Check out Lunar Ladies.
Yeah.
Follow him, because he's going to be putting out a lot of other stuff in the future. Oh, okay. I look like Rob Thomas. Thank you. I thought you were saying I sounded like Rob Thomas. But yeah, so check out Omar Morales' social media and
theforcemedia.com. Theforcemedia.com.
Yeah. My main jam is Twitter. So my handle there is @thecrusader, which is the name of my first book I ever put out. So it's the CRUZADER, and I use a similar one on like Instagram and all the rest. So I'm pretty easy to
Crusader
find.
with a Z.
Crusader with a Z. Yeah.
Got it. Dope. And then also be on the lookout for Major Tomas.
Mm-hmm,
yes. So
definitely.
Lunar Ladies out in stores this summer from Scout Comics. A couple of years from now, Major Tomas, hopefully with a nice publisher backing it. It's kind of a riff on that old song Major Tom,
Right.
So I wanted to do a Latino version of a Lost in Space astronaut, Major Tomas. So that's the story behind that. But
I like it.
Thanks for having me, guys. Next time I want to do the word day like Wee Herman voice, dude, and do the whole Pee Wee's Playhouse. Today's word of the day is bad idea.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Hey, we'll do that. Here, check this out. Yep. So we like to keep this show a little short. Not Near Mint. If you're in the mood for some more comic book streaming, check out Not Near Mint. Starts in 40 minutes. And I'll tell you what, those fellas, they go in uncensored and uncut. They just go in. I love them. Super entertaining. I love them.
Quick shout out to the people that retweeted our giveaway. Next issue, I know you're in the chat. Thank you. Ace, Danny, Miracle, Fortress Comics Will Break Your Heart, who I haven't seen in the chat, and I'm a little bit disappointed. Kat Strafford, Michael Malone, Valiant Watch, and also Dinesh retweeted us too. That was pretty cool. But anyway, thank you for the signal boost and getting people here to win these awesome prizes.
All right.
Club Valiant real quick. So I know a lot of people subbed for the giveaway, but you really just made the best decision of your life. And it's more than just the giveaway, because there's going to be future giveaways. But also, we have a new recurring show. We've already done episode 0 and episode 1. So we have episode 2 of Club Valiant happening on Sunday. And it's happening at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 5 p.m. Central Time, 4 p.m. Mountain Time, and 3 p.m. Pacific Time. Wow. So anyway,
we might be moving to Twitch. We might be moving into Twitch. So we'll see.
Moving it or expanding to Twitch?
We will be streaming it to Twitch, yeah, and then we'll put the recording on YouTube.
Okay.
And Tinder, don't forget.
And Tinder, of course.
But anyway, you definitely want to link up with us on Sunday, because we're going to be talking about Exo Manowar Volume. Oh, did I miss something? Oh, the Tinder.
No,
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're Bumble.
Yeah.
Bumble. We're going to be talking about Exo Manowar Volume 2, Enter Ninjak by Robert Venditti. And we're really stoked to talk about it, because last one was really fun, and we had a lot of action in the chat. A lot of people were really into it. And so we're going to keep it going. So anyway, read Valiant with us and join Club Valiant. That's all I got to say about that.
Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, MB, that's the end of our show. Don't forget to like, subscribe the video. Check us out on all our socials. We also have a Discord server if you want to bullshit and talk comic books, video games, pop culture. We got a spoiler room for movies, TV, whatever you want. The bulk of our I would say our crew of our peoples is on Facebook. So I hate Facebook. Everyone else should hate Facebook, but it's enough to start an account just so you can be in those comic book groups of ours. And
Thanks, Jeff.
That's pretty much it.
If you won the contest, send us your address because we got to get you these books. So
tag on whatever it is. All right, we're out of here. See you.